Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Miracles with a Twist. Greetings and welcome as we watch the sunrise in July 2025, wrapping up the July 4th weekend. This is a beautiful scenery that was last night's scene of fireworks. And I had some folks tell me that they weren't feeling the feelings this year. Didn't feel like celebrating and didn't feel so free. I started questioning what freedom meant from a spiritual perspective, since there seemed to be some concern about whether or not we can feel free here on this earthly plane during a time of war and social unrest, political disruptions. And so to answer that question, of course, I turned to A Course in Miracles. And this is Miracles with a Twist. I'm Lori Cardona. We look at miracles as a part of life, and A Course in Miracles specifically as a way of life. So I looked into A Course in Miracles' concept of freedom, and it came up 288 times, specifically in chapter 8, where it came up 19 times. And so instead of going over each one, I thought I would pick out a few to see how that relates to a more spiritual concept of freedom. So in chapter 8, there's a line in the second section that says, "The Holy Spirit leads you steadily along the path of freedom, teaching you to disregard or look beyond everything that would hold you back." And that doesn't mean to look beyond that which you see in the world, because what we see is unrest and disruption. So it's asking us to look beyond that into what's going on within, because what is within is so much more of an essential understanding of ourselves than what we see outside. What matters is how we respond to it, how we interact with it, who we become as a part of it or as a result of it. And so we check in ourselves to see if we're finding a way to be at peace, to be an instrument of peace, to be a voice of peace. Or are we adding to the disruption and the upset? What is it that we can do to do better, to be better, to rise higher, pray harder, love steadily, forgive readily? There's lots of opportunities for forgiveness. Another section in chapter 8 says, in fact, it's a section titled "The Gift of Freedom." It says, "As God sent me to you," this is our brother Jesus speaking, "as God sent me to you, so will I send you to others, and I will go to them with you, so we can teach them peace and union. Do you not think the world needs peace as much as you do?" Oh boy, that's the absolute yes. The absolute yes is yes. I want peace. I want to be a part of what brings peace to the world. And you know what? That might not mean the entire world broken down into segments of war and disruption, but it means the world where I am, as I am. How do I show up with what's in front of me and who's in front of me? That's my responsibility, and that's my opportunity. Remember the Blues Brothers? They used to say, "We're on a mission from God." And that's so true. That's so true here and now. We're on a mission to rise to the occasion at every opportunity, to speak words of peace, to be peace, and to contribute where we can, how we can, to other makers of peace. And you can interpret that however you want, because you're going to make a decision as to how you can make that happen and how you can be a part of it. Not to be a part of anger, upset, and disruption. There's plenty of that already. We need peacemakers. We need love. We are the essential workers of peace and love. Instruments. Conduits. In chapter 17, there's a line that says, "Would you not want to make a holy instant of every situation?" Every situation, in any situation, wherever you are, however you are, wherever I am, however I am, in that moment, I have the opportunity to change my thinking, change my words, change my interactions from anything that is unkind or judging or fearful or in condemnation of anyone or anything. That's when I can test my faith. That's when I can test myself. When I was doing congregational work, LMC Interfaith Ministries was established in 2008, and we had a group of people who would get together to celebrate spirit. And we had a song that we would sing together. At the end of every gathering, we would sing the words over and over again, 5 times actually. And we'd say, "Go in beauty, peace be with you, till we meet again in the light. Go in beauty, peace be with you, till we meet again in the light." In the light of love, in the light of remembering the truth of who we really are. So when we think about Independence Day, we can think about the right and the will that we have. Freedom of choice, of where our mind goes and where our heart goes. Especially our heart. Especially our hearts. Peace be with you. Go in beauty. Peace be with you till we meet again in the light. You are light. Let's do this together. Let's make the world a better place through our presence of love, through kindness and compassion, through all the forgiveness practices that are brought to us moment by moment. Opportunities to show up, to rise up. Pray harder, rise higher, love steadily, forgive readily. Let's do that together. God bless you.